Hi, I'm Sierra Morris and this is Checkin' the Chicks. In this video, I'll be talking about 9 ways to keep your chickens warm in the winter without electricity. If you live in an area that experiences freezing temperatures, snowfall, and ice during the winter, you may be wondering how to keep your flock warm and comfortable during the winter weather without supplemental heat or electricity. So for this video, this follows my video How to Fix a Muddy Chicken Run. Many of the tips are going to overlap because eliminating excess moisture in your chicken area is a pivotal part of keeping your chickens warm during the winter. So understand there will be some overlap in the tips from my previous video, but stick around to the later part of the video where there'll be some additional information. This video is also going to be part of my Winter Care Tips series. If you haven't already checked out that playlist, I have a whole playlist of videos just dedicated to winter chicken care. The vast majority of chicken breeds don't require the use of any supplemental heat during the winter. The exceptions would be ornamental breeds, ill or elderly chickens, and chicks. If your chickens are not fully feathered, meaning they no longer have any soft downy chick fuzz, they shouldn't be outside yet. Chicks should remain in a protected brooder until they are fully feathered, sometime between 8 to 10 weeks of age. If you provide your chickens with dry, safe, sanitary conditions, they will likely not require any additional heat source. Do not use a heat lamp in your coop. The bulb on the heat lamp becomes encrusted with dust and can cause a coop fire. Heat lamps are an extreme fire hazard. If you feel your chickens do require an additional heat source, there are much safer options. They will require electricity, however. Consider safer coop options like a wall-mounted panel heater or a panel brooder heater. Tip number 1. Keep your chickens dry and protected from the elements. Protect your chickens from harsh winter weather conditions by providing them with accommodations that protect them from the elements. If your chickens' feathers are kept dry, they're going to do a great job insulating their body in the wintertime. You want to protect your chickens from precipitation falling on them and from harsh draft blowing directly onto them. A roof protects your chickens from precipitation. A metal roof is the ideal, but more economic options include things like a tarp. Sidewalls protect your chickens from harsh wind and draft blowing directly on them. You can construct temporary winter walls for your structure from things like a tarp, plywood, or scrap lumber. Don't entirely seal in your chicken structure because fresh air and ventilation are important in the winter to prevent harmful conditions that result in health issues like ammonia toxicity or respiratory issues. When constructing your roof and sidewalls for your chicken structure, leave an open area at the top protected by hardware cloth to allow stale air to escape without exposing your chickens to harsh draft. So you want ventilation, but not draft. Have a replacement tarp on hand in case extreme winter weather damages or destroys the one that's currently in use on your chicken structure. Tip number 2, use a livestock-safe ground cover litter like pine shavings or coarse construction sand. Providing your flock with a livestock-safe ground cover litter gives them relief from direct contact with the cold ground, and it also helps mitigate muddy and moist conditions which contribute to frostbite. If you are using spot clean and scoop bedding method, be sure to remove excess droppings regularly with a scoop or a rake and regularly refresh your chosen ground cover litter. If you're using deep bedding method, cover the areas of excess dropping with your chosen ground cover litter. Either method of bedding requires that annually your chosen ground cover litter is replaced in entirety so it doesn't harbor harmful pests or bacteria from year to year that could harm your flock. Tip number 3, provide plenty of options for roosting and perching. Chickens can keep their feet warm in the winter by roosting and perching and covering their feet with their feathers. Provide your flock with roosting and perching options including things like a 2x4, thick fallen tree branches, platforms, or other chicken-safe objects for them to climb on. Be sure to sand down and remove any sharp protrusions or edges from objects your chickens will be roosting or perching on to protect their feet from injuries. Tip number 4, repair holes and cracks in your coop. Visually inspect your chicken coop for holes in the walls, especially near areas where your chickens roost for the night. Make needed repairs now to protect your chickens from both harsh temperatures and predators. Like your chicken run, you want your coop to be well ventilated but not drafty. You can include small vents at the top of your coop covered in hardware cloth to allow stale air to escape while still protecting your chickens from cold wind, rain, ice, and snow. It's imperative to use hardware cloth and not chicken wire on your coop vents as your chickens are most vulnerable to predators when they're roosted at night. Dusk and nighttime are also when you're most likely to experience the most predator pressure. Repairing cracks and holes in your coop and in your chicken area and in your chicken roofing also helps reduce excess moisture, which is important to keeping your chicken area safe, dry, and warm. Tip number 5, provide strategically timed warm treats during the winter. You can use treats to bolster your chicken's natural ability to cope with harsh winter temperatures. An important note here, treats should be given in addition to, not as a substitute for complete chicken feed. I provide treats to my flock 3 times per week to be certain I don't accidentally create a nutritional imbalance in my flock. Also, don't provide moist treats at night before your flock roosts. Moist treats can adhere to your chicken's face and wattles, which can lead to frostbite. If you're providing treats with a moisture component during cold temperatures, do so in the morning when chickens have adequate time to bathe and remove any extra food that's adhered to them, or avoid moist treats altogether in cooler temperatures if you experience frequent, extreme, harsh winter cold. I serve my chickens a warm morning treat like cooked oatmeal, apples, and mealworms. Be certain the oatmeal is cooled to room temperature so you can touch it without discomfort so it doesn't burn your chickens. Even at room temperature, it is still warm compared to the outside temperatures. And at night, I'll provide a treat like mealworms, corn, or scratch grain, but only 3 times per week. Serve treats in a livestock safe dish and remove and discard any unused portions so you don't attract predators to your chicken area at night. Tip number 6, create natural windbreaks which can help deter draft from impacting your flock. Mindfully landscape around and intentionally position your coop and run in areas for your chickens that are protected by trees and bushes. Trees like evergreens and lush shrubs can provide natural insulators and barriers between your chicken area and harsh winds. Thoughtful landscaping in addition to constructing temporary winter walls and windbreaks can help provide your flock with refuge from cold weather conditions. Trees also provide visual protection from aerial predators. Tip number 7, use straw bales for additional perching and roosting space, boredom busting enrichment, and for biodegradable wind blocks. Bales of straw can be used creatively to provide your chickens with additional places to perch and roost. Chickens will enjoy scratching and scritching sections of straw for enrichment, and a new, safe object like a bale of straw in your chicken area provides them with the opportunity to explore and climb and get off that cold winter ground. Straw can be used as a nest box liner and can be utilized in a dry coop. I would not recommend using straw as a ground cover litter in an exposed chicken run, as straw retains too much moisture and it's difficult to clean up. Instead, I would recommend pine flake shavings or coarse construction sand as a chicken run ground cover litter. Bales of straw can also be stacked strategically against exposed areas of your chicken run to provide a biodegradable wind block. Very important note here. If you're using straw outside of your chicken structure, be sure to dispose of it and replace it in a timely manner, because straw, as it's decomposing, can become a habitat for predators like snakes and mice. Straw is a short-term wind block solution. Again, keep in mind that's going to degrade over time and become a habitat for predators. So in an emergency or extreme situation, you can use straw bales as a wind block, but just keep an eye on it. And again, keep in mind it's a short-term wind block solution. Make sure you're disposing of those bales of straw in a timely manner. Tip number 8, you can place sun-warmed bricks or blocks in your coop. Place bricks or cinder blocks in an area where they're going to receive maximum sun during the day. Before the day begins to cool, place the sun-warmed bricks or blocks on the floor of your coop somewhere out of the way. Overnight, these stones will slowly release the heat they absorb during the day to somewhat mitigate falling temperatures. Be mindful to place your bricks, pavers, or blocks against a wall or in an area where your chickens won't be injured by falling on them or leaping on them from their roosts or perches. Tip number 9, during emergency level drops in temperature, minimize opening the doors of your coop. While it's important to check on your chickens, maintain their area, and be mindful of their conditions regardless of the weather, try to minimize frequent in and out trips of the coop during emergency drops in temperature. Make sure you're collecting your eggs in a timely manner every day to avoid losing any eggs to freezing temperatures. Other things you can do that don't require power are providing your chickens with a dust bath year-round. A dust bath is essential to their health and also serves as a form of enrichment. You can create a dust bath from any chicken-safe container they can easily step into and out of. Fill your chicken dust bath with clean fill dirt, wood ash from non-chemically treated wood, coarse construction sand, and food-grade diatomaceous earth. Very important note, it's important to use the food-grade diatomaceous earth, not the pesticide kind. Ensure your chickens have adequate food and water. Multiple food and water stations makes it possible for less dominant flock members to eat and drink freely. Eliminate excess mud and moisture in your coop by utilizing a livestock safe ground cover litter and by addressing any leaks or holes in your existing chicken structure. Excess moisture and freezing temperatures contribute to frostbite conditions. I hope this information was helpful to you as you begin your research to prepare for the winter season ahead with your flock. Like I said, if you haven't already, check out my Winter Care Tips playlist that has all my videos that are dedicated to winter chicken care. If you like seeing videos about backyard chickens and homesteading, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I make new videos every week about backyard chicken care and homesteading. Do you have additional tips about keeping chickens warm in the winter without electricity that I didn't mention in this video? Please share your lived experiences keeping chickens warm and comfortable in the comments so we can all learn and grow together from all of our different lived experiences. If you have a question about backyard chickens or homesteading, be sure to leave that in the comments too. I answer as many questions as I can, as quickly as I can, and also if there's a specific video topic that would be especially helpful to you on your backyard chicken or homesteading journey, be sure to leave that in the comments. I love new video ideas for the flock, so thank you so much guys for helping me create the best channel possible. We're creating this together. Thank you to all of my subscribers. I'm so grateful to have all of you here on the channel. It is just an absolute blessing to have all of you here contributing your lived experiences and your knowledge of backyard chickens and homesteading. I'm grateful for all of you guys, so thank you so much. We would love to have you as part of our flock. Lots of love from our coop to yours. See you next time.